Hello and welcome to Stoneblock 4. It's my current series going on. If you haven't seen the other episodes, check out the playlist on my channel. Hopefully you do enjoy, and if you do and you check me out, or you keep coming back and you're not yet, feel free to subscribe, leave the video a like, and maybe even leave a comment of things you want me to play next. Enjoy the video. Bye. So, the first step is to speak to the Echo of the Wyrmwright. So we'll go ahead and do that right now, while we're here. Alrighty. Complete the stage. One thing I hear about dragons is that we can sense our kin across time and space. Wherever my brother is, I know he'll hear me. He always does. He's a chaotic little wormling, though, so don't expect him to just be somewhere easy to get to. Normally I'd take you there myself, but, as you already know, I'm just a binary recollection of my memories. Still, there's always hope. To get there, you'll need to fuse an advanced draconic core with Fortron, Chronon, and Source. Then temper it in Sheol fire, and with luck, the process will carry my draconic will into a component strong enough to open a path to him. Okay, so now, with that quest completed, it gives us another 25. We need to craft a Chronon resonator, which is expensive as hell. So we need 32 chronoton glass, 16 wyvern cores, 8 time crystals, 16 teleportation cores, and a chronon battery. We also need 20,000 source, 10,000 Sheol fire, and 4,000 Fortron, and 39 million FE. So, let's put this upgrade into our world engine. And we can watch it assemble. I guess it doesn't show us it assembling, but they went somewhere. Let me see if I can find the resonant voids. Placed 2 blocks. Great. They're not inside, which means they're probably around back. No. Interesting. They're on one of the sides. I want to see the resonant voids in place. Okay, they're not on the sides. Are they on the ceiling? Because I have placed some upgrades are around here. No. Interesting. I don't know where the resonant voids ended up being put. It might be right underneath. Yes, right here. Right off to the side. Resonant voids. There and there. Okay. So, one of the reasons that I really wanted to set this up is because I want to get a tier 9 chicken. And the timey-wimey chicken is the easiest chicken, tier 9 chicken for me to craft. I have all of this, except the time crystals. And this upgrade was needed in order to craft time crystals. So let's pop home and I can show you. So, time crystals. I need 4,000 millibuckets of time fluid. Time fluid that's 4 buckets. That requires 4 time crystals. And so, I need 8 time crystals. In order to craft that, I need void flame fuel. That's the annoying part. I have 1 bucket of void flame fuel. If I want to craft another bucket of unrefined void flame fuel, I need blaze fuel. So, let's grab blaze. I need unrefined blaze. I can craft that. That's the easy part. We'll go grab that. Grab that, thank you. And now let's refine it. Just goes down, the thing encroaches. So this is what I spent a bunch of time doing the other day to get the 5 I needed for this last craft. It crafts, we grab the blaze ember, we throw it in this jug, we come back over here, we go, hey, I need void flame. Now it'll craft it. And then we do the same thing again, grab the bucket, grab it out of the system, and refine it. Like, it's easy, but it's just, like, repetitive because I can't auto-do this with a machine. I could. I would just need it to be a more complicated machine than I am willing to spend the time to create. Okay, time crystal, I need 8. We'll tell it to make that. It'll go through the process. We've made 4. Let me hold that. Quest completed. We now have 8. Great. Make me the timey-wimey chicken. The timey-wimey chicken, when fed tier 9 seeds, produces time crystals. So I'll never have to worry about that whole quest, that whole crafting line again. Because the timey-wimey chicken just requires the tier 16 world engine, but the time crystals required the resonant void upgrade. So that will allow me to put this chicken upstairs. That's good. The goat is back again. I killed him before he spawned in. That's regrettable. Okay. Of course, the chicken is going to take forever because it takes a bunch of heat and a bunch of power. Let me jump back to the world engine to make sure it's actually working. It is. Fantastic. Just finished. So that was a waste of my time. Shouldn't have done that. That's okay. We're up to 800 heat, which is good. I want it to stay really high heat because the heat is always a minimum, not a maximum. So, timey-wimey chicken. Jump upstairs. Literally. This one is empty, that one's full, so this one right here. Chicken in, take the tier 8 seeds out so it'll actually produce. Time crystals. I can now have 49,000 time crystals and they are being infinitely produced. Now I never have to worry about that craft ever again. So, let us remove it from our autocraft. So in here, I do not need time crystals or this chicken ever again. So I think I still want to leave the time fluid because the time fluid can be used for more than that. I think. If I remember correctly. Okay. Everything required to craft this. We can get started on that now. The hardest part, I have all of this. Like, this is so easy to craft. That's not going to be a problem. The problem is the source and the Sheol fire. So, let's set this up as an autocraft. We'll set up chronoton glass, which means I need a chronoton star. That's easy. Okay. So, the chronoton, I need teleportation, which means I'll have to get atomic alloys auto set up. Okay. And I need it to automatic do chronoton battery, which means I need to set up this crafting pattern, which actually means this crafting pattern is wrong. Hold on. Because it's trying to use the lost cell of the echoes, which is not correct. Chroniton. Hold on. Cell. What is it? Chronon cell. Chronon cell. This guy. They're going to be crafted using these. Okay. Set this up. There and there. So now, if I tell it I want a Chronon Resonator. I am missing the 32 atomic alloys, 32 reinforced glass viewers, and 10 Sheol fire. So I need the glass viewers, which I think is required for the Chronoton glass. Yes. So this I just need to set up on autocraft. Okay. And now I just need to figure out Sheol fire. That's going to be the hard part. Sheol fire is made in the refining. If I just refine lava, it creates liquid steam, liquid sulfuric acid, and Sheol fire. If I do it with an enderic compound, I get sulfuric acid, Sheol fire, and strange matter. So that just means I need a refinery. That's okay. We can set that up on autocraft too. This is the joy of having an autocrafter. It will tell me exactly what I'm missing, and then I just need to look into that one piece. Instead of having to look in to do this all by hand and have to follow it step by step by step. I regret not making an autocrafter in my last series. Because that was hell. Okay, I just need more patterns. I do not need beef patties. Okay, so I want to autocraft a refinery. I need to autocraft a cauldron. I need to autocraft a refinery chamber module. And then I need to autocraft a portable tank. And industrial support beam. Those 5 crafts, that's it. That's all we need. Let's see what we're missing to craft the refinery. I need 1 refinery, please. I can craft it. I also need 2 more refinery chamber modules. Because you could see that there were 3 outputs. Which means that I need 3 output tanks. The refinery has 1, I need 2 additional ones. Each of these require 5, and this requires 9. So I need 19 cores to make this craft work. Now then, let us go put down a refinery. We are going to put it down over in here, because this is going to be the easiest spot to do so. We're going to put it down like this. Okay, it gets crafted up. And then on top goes 2... Come on. Come on. Let me put it down. 2 refinery thingies? That's the wrong direction. Why is this the wrong direction? Okay, there we go. Okay. That should work. We'll double check. Yes, I have all 3 tanks. Next, we just need power. Okay. This is super easy. I need 10 buckets of Sheol fire. And the Sheol fire comes from this craft at half a bucket apiece. So I just need... what is that? 20 buckets of lava and 20 enderic compound? I have the enderic compound. Enderic compound is so easy to craft. Enderic compound is literally just in the centrifuge. You put ender dust, and it gives you 2. That means per stack of ender pearls I put in, I get 2 stacks of enderic compound. Like, it's just that simple. I could even get a pulverizer and turn 1 ender pearl into 8 enderic compound. Like, enderic compound is nothing, and I am infinitely producing lava. And I think I can just use the lava eggs, if we're being honest. We can check. 20 of those. Can I put the eggs in there? I can. Great. Let me put 20 buckets of lava in there. Great, I did 21 on accident. I'm now getting Sheol Fire, Strange Matter, and Liquid Sulfuric Acid. And the Sheol Fire is going to fill up fast. That's fair. But I can just look at it. This one is holding the Sheol Fire, and bucket it. That's it. Let me get a tank. We can get this tank. And a Singularity tank if we really want to. Put down this tank. And bucket it. And it's pretty fast as is. I don't even need to put any upgrades on it. I can't. I can't put any add-ons on it, but I mean the Strange Matter is also gonna fill up. But that's fine. Strange Matter I think I can use. Because yeah, I can use the Strange Matter. I'm gonna need the Strange Matter for the Infinity Singularity, because I'm assuming I'm gonna end up crafting that. But I can craft the... I'm going to need the Neutron Collector. I can use it to make the Unholy Intelligence. Yeah, I'm going to need this Strange Matter. Cool. It's actually good that I'm getting it. Ah, not that. I don't want this. Not what I wanted. Let me pull out all the Strange Matter. Let me get a second tank. So I can just start pulling everything out. I can use all of these fluids. So this, working like this, is just great. I get so much sulfuric acid, apparently, from this craft. I have lava in here, but sulfuric acid is filling this first one, so it's not going to give me anything else. Still have 3 more. Yeah, now it's going to turn that lava into steam, sulfuric acid, and Sheol Fire. The steam I can use. Liquid steam, I'm pretty sure is just water. But let's put it in my steam engine. Come on. Apparently not. Okay, I guess I just have a bucket of liquid steam. That's cool. And we just grab all 3 of these, and we pump them into my system. Run back over. We'll just let the system take it all. And then I think that was it. I think now we can say, hey, give me that Chronon Resonator. No, I need the Atomic Alloy, that's right. Okay, that's a little harder. I can't automate that right now. So I'll have to do that manually. If I need 32, that means I need a stack of refined obsidian. I can refine the obsidian easily with diamonds. So the obsidian dust, each obsidian dust requires 10, so I can do them 8 at a time. I just need 8 diamond. That's all the refined obsidian dust I need, but I also need the alloy. So each of these takes 20, so I need 16, so I need 8 to do this. 8 of that, 32 of that, 64 of that, 32 of that. No, I did the math backwards. Give me another stack of obsidian. Okay, 8 of those, stack of obsidian. Stack of obsidian, 16 of alloy. Okay, 32. Done with that. Throw those in there, and then we can go... Gimme the Chronoton Resonator. Done. It will create that for us. Won't really take it that long either. It'll have to craft the Chronoton glass. Oh, it won't, because we need source. Let me make a thingy of source. Need a wand. Let me make 3 more of these. I don't need the source jar. And then we'll just grab a bunch of logs. Over to the world engine. Yeah. Did I have enough source in there? No, it's definitely crafting the glass. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll climb on top of these. I need the Dominion wand to tune these all to this guy. We'll fly above, turn off the magnet. 1 stack for you. 1 stack for you. 1 stack for you. And 1 stack for you. We should be getting source relatively quickly. Like, not quickly at all, but relatively quickly. Because I think a stack of the archwood logs, if it tells me, it doesn't. But I can extract resin, bioresin, and then bioresin can be turned into resin balls. That's cool. Works like a slime ball. Okay, it's already eaten through stacks. I think only 1 is actually working. That's what it looks like. Okay, 4 stacks gave me 5,000, maybe? Let me separate these a little bit. Okay. Stack for that one. Stack for that one. It can only accept from 1 at a time. That's stupid. Okay, what we're going to do then is we're going to grab a source jar. This one will work. We're going to tell it to take from the source jar And then the source jar will automatically absorb, or apparently that was enough. Cool. We're still gonna fill this thing up with source, though. So these will all feed into the source jar. The source jar will feed into the world machine. Okay, that's great. And we can teleport home. And Chronon Resonator. Woo! That gives us 100 more. And we need to go talk to the Wyrmwright again. We're knocking these quests out. Okay, Wyrmwright. This Chronon battery can now open a gateway to the fractured void. The end of your journey draws near, my friend. This zoomed in weirdly. Can I zoom it out? I assume it says that's really it from me this time. Go meet with the Ascended Echoborn and finish what we started. Because it's being all weird. Okay. Let us teleport home. I assume this can go in a slot, maybe? No, it's not a curio. I accepted this quest. Chronon battery set for the fractured void. Meet Chaos. You find yourself at the event horizon with a gigantic black hole. Explore the area and find Chaos. Work with him to learn about the draconic species' most prized possession and acquire the Awakened Core upgrade for your world engine. And then it wants me to get into this? I already got into that. Well, guess we're doing something else. This Chronon battery has a set location. And this also just can't go everywhere, so we will swap out my battery, I guess. And we'll see about teleporting. Or do I right-click the Chronon Resonator? I'm confused. Where am I going? Hold on. Allowing this tool to access the fractured voice. It's also bound to your action pad. No, it's not. No, it is not. That's a little concerning. Okay, now I'm in the fractured void. Okay, that's tinted glass. I was like, I can't walk on that. I don't want to go talk to Infinity right now. Apparently I can talk to Chaos and Radiance right now. Okay. Let's talk to Chaos, because I've already done his quest. Yeah. A human? Here? Well, that's improbable. You should have been torn apart the moment you entered the void, and yet I detect my counterpart in this. So, they found a way to reach me after all, despite all my warnings. Anyways, or always so defiant, always refusing to listen to me just because I was the younger one. Typical. Well, since you've made it here, I'll have to trust my counterpart knows what they're doing. We've been holding this realm together for what feels like forever. Time doesn't flow right here. It stretches endlessly, twisting around the event horizon. Every second the void pushes harder and harder, and every second we push back. I don't know how much longer we can hold it, or how much of our knowledge the work will even retain when all of this eventually ends. Now listen closely. The awakened draconic core must be restored if you wish to upgrade your world engine. It was the most ingenious invention of our species. A capacitor capable of storing infinite amounts of energy. You will have to combine several hundreds of individual alloys into blocks before you can assemble it. Once that's done, you return to me and I'll assemble it myself. We must do whatever it takes to stop the collapse. So I need to create a tier 8 draconic energy core? That seems impossible. Okay. Yes, I have fusion crafting. Okay. He wants me to craft 12 draconic fusion crafting injectors? I need 378 awakened draconium blocks, 786 draconium blocks, and 32 energy core stabilizers. Great. Cool. Let's go talk to Radiance and see if that's any easier. Mr. Radiance. Astonishing. I did not expect a human to withstand the collapse of the void. That alone confirms you were chosen. Furthermore, the draconic devices in your possession tells me the work has selected you, which means your purpose aligns with ours, though your lifespan remains far more limited. My tasks will not be simple. While your world engine already channels a considerable amount of void energy, no echo has studied the void as intimately as I have. My upgrade will allow you to fully infuse its unrestrained power into your world engine. Prolonged exposure to this void event horizon has enabled me to replicate its properties under controlled conditions. You must first create a black hole by accelerating particles with enough force to compress neutrons into a solid state. Using these neutron piles, you can convert nuclear waste into a substance that, when supplied with an immense amount of energy, transforms into fluid antimatter. When solidified, antimatter and red matter collide under sufficient force, a miniature black hole will form. Finally, you must contain the black hole within a vessel made with an awakened draconic alloy, the only material capable of enduring such raw power. You will also need a solidified dark matter base to stabilize it within the world engine. Once you return, I will speak with the others to determine the optimal position for its integration into your world engine. Great. Does that mean I actually need to do mechanism? I hate mechanism. Can I go into this void black hole? I can. Cool. Oh, it just teleports me back here. Okay. Anything cool I can get from you yet? No. Random chaotic gear, random awakened gear, supreme combat, supreme Project E gear. Let me get 2 of these. I got a draconic axe. And an add-on for the axe. Great. Let's pop home and see about if we can complete any of these quests. Because these are some damn near impossible quests. Okay. When you fought the mighty Ender Chicken, you might have noticed a dislocator receptacle in the arena. It's time to use that, because you have to milk the chicken. Start by setting up a stasis chamber setup for the boss. This might be worth doing somewhere like a compact machine. The goal will be to teleport the mighty Ender Chicken into a stasis chamber, so that you can use a fluid laser drill to milk it. The chicken will teleport back if it is in the same dimension. You should set this up in a compact machine. Got it. The laser base needs to be placed depending on the size of the chicken that you warp over. The goal should be to place the base directly above the chicken's head, which if tiny, will be 1 block above it. To achieve a tiny chicken, as soon as you summon it, place in the dislocator to immediately open the portal. I don't know what a dislocator is, but I also need to figure out how to make particle acceleration work. I need to create plutonium dust and use that to create plutonium pellets. Take a look at the particle accelerator quest if you want to learn more. So I need to do particle accelerator, plutonium pellets, and plutonium dust. Plutonium dust I get from an enduric laser blasting uranite crystals. Okay. I can also get raw plutonium. Okay. Plutonium dust, I can particle collide uranium dust and fluxite. And then I need to turn the dust into plutonium pellets. Okay. Small plutonium pellets. Okay, this is a lot. They want me to make 12 draconic fusion injectors? Okay, so I need chaos from the chicken. So let's figure out what a dislocator is. A dislocator receptacle. I don't know how to use these. So I need to create this. I need to put a dislocator receptacle in a compact machine. And then create a point-to-point dislocator? I guess? Can I craft this dislocator? I need draconium-infused obsidian. I can do that. Okay. I have the dislocator receptacle. I need this right here, which needs dislocators. I need 2 dislocators. Put one in my inventory. Yeah. Then I need an unbound point-to-point dislocator. Let me go to... Okay, the dislocator can be used to store a teleport location by sneak right-clicking with it in the world. Once stored, simply right-click to teleport to that stored location up to 32 times. Unbound dislocators can be set, then placed into a dislocator pedestal to act as waystones to teleport you places. Using the pedestal doesn't use durability. Okay. Okay, so it's like a teleporter. The advanced dislocator might actually be good to craft some other time. How do I use the dislocator blocks? Let me see if they have it in... No. Okay. What the hell does this quest mean? I'm so confused. Okay. Dislocator receptacle in the arena. It's time to use that because you have to milk the chicken. Okay. Let me Google that. Okay. Let me see how to use it. Dislocator receptacle is a block added by draconic evolution. It is used in combination with draconium-infused obsidian blocks to create portals. When set up as a portal, the player can right-click the dislocated receptacle with a Charm of Dislocation, or Enhanced Charm of Dislocation, to store it inside and activate the portal. The charm can be retrieved by crouch and right-clicking the receptacle, which in turn also deactivates the portal. Okay, so I need to create a portal and then use a Charm of Dislocation or Enhanced Charm of Dislocation. Okay. How do I link these? Okay, so that's just an old version. This is what I need. I need the advanced dislocator. Okay, I can do that. This was a waste. But I do need this dislocator receptacle. So I need a wyvern core, which I do have on autocraft. Wyvern core, I need ender pearls. I need draconium. And then I need another dislocator. Which was a waste of enderium, but it's fine. Then we come over here. And we need to use this guy. Okay, dislocator. 3 ender pearls. Wyvern core. Single item mode. I'll just switch these over. Okay. And then we'll craft this. This is also really loud. It's the energy bolt. Okay. Advanced dislocator. I need a compact machine, which I'm actually just gonna go buy. I don't think Guidance sells it. No, Deep Slate Ring, Ender Shard, Nether Ring, Ender Shard, End Ring, Ender Shard, Twilight Ring, Void Chasm Ring. No, none of those. I don't need any of those. I think it's the Quartermaster that sells it? He sells a 5x5 one. That's not what I want. Maybe the Fabricator? I know that one of them sells a really, really big one. Wayfinder. Yes, this compact machine here. And place the order. And then I need a personal shrinking device, which I will have to craft. Okay, let's pop home again. I need an atom shrinking module, which needs stone buttons. Regular stone, making like 400 of it. Okay, stone buttons. That works. Atom shrinking requires Wait, pressure plate? I don't have sticky pistons on autocraft? That's crazy. I have regular pistons. Okay. Atom shrinking device. And atom enlarging module. And then 4 iron plates. Pop over to the world engine. This has created 50,000 source. Hopefully that is good enough. For now, anyway. Okay, now we'll pop home. I need... Let's see. Let me look at the portal. Okay. Portal just needs more draconic infused obsidian. Creative power source? No, that's not it. Draconium infused obsidian. That's 2 by 2. Yeah. So that would be... What is it? 6, 12... 20? Minus 1, so 19? I think. Okay, I need my personal shrinking device. This just goes in my personal shrinking device thing there. We're going to throw this compact machine in this corner. Forget that I have to start off by right-clicking it in. Okay. And then... I believe... that I want... Well, that's one too many. Hold on. It's gonna take a second to break. More than a second, apparently. There we go. I was right. That's dumb of me. Okay. I want a 4x4 interior, I think. And then dislocator receptacle. I'm gonna have to look up how to link these. Just a second. We'll see if I can figure it out based off that description. Okay. Oh, I'm doing this wrong. That's dumb of me. I didn't need to make this whole portal. I just need to set a point for it to activate in the ring. So I need to get out of here. Whoop. A little bit of lag on my side of things. I can see that my stream is buffering. I'm sorry about that. I can't really do anything about that. But the recording should be fine. So YouTube, you get to see it all clean and fresh. Can I now teleport to... No. Okay. If I put it as my only Chronon battery... No. Okay, that's fine. Actually, if I use this and try to let it take me anywhere... No, it still doesn't work. Okay. That's fine. Okay. I did this entirely wrong. But, you know, what else is new? So, what I need to do, I need to build a box for it to be in. But I also need a stasis chamber. Do I not have that in here? Stasis chamber. Oh no, because I just have to craft it. It's not a thingy. We'll let it do that. Stasis chamber. Okay. I need a stasis chamber. I need a fluid laser. I need a fluid laser base. And I need laser nodes. Fluid laser base. And laser drills. Alright, laser drill, craft it again. It'll take it just a second, and then... Whoop. Need 4 of these. Let me put this on autocraft. Because that'll just be easier. Okay, I need laser drill, A2. And then I need a fluid laser base. Need to craft it again, apparently. Okay. Those are set up. Now I just need 2 ender tanks. I need, let's see. I need a lens. Do I need gray or do I need black? Black. I need the black laser lens. I think I can craft it, actually. Yeah, it'll just use purple. Okay, need the lens. Okay. Milking a chicken. For this next step, you'll want to craft a dislocator and bind it directly on top of the stasis chamber. Once you have this set up ready to go, head to the arena and right-click the dislocator into the receptacle. Hopefully, the chicken will fall right into your trap. It will give you molten chaos, which can be used to make tiny chaos shards. Tiny chaos shards have to be done through the item casting. So, I do have a way of producing that, but we'll get to that in a second. I need Tesseract. So that'll take it a second. Okay, I have the Tesseract. And I have the universal cables. We will then go back into the machine and right in the center. Does it not have a center? No, this is the center. Okay. This block right here, right in the middle, is where we want the stasis chamber. But not actually. We're going to put it over here. We are going to run power to it. And right over here, we're going to put a Tesseract. This Tesseract is going to be set to the base energy. It is going to receive only. It is now powering the stasis chamber. I need to cut power to this so that I can finish setting up the rest of this. Okay. Show working area. It is this 3x3 cube. That is its working area. So, I assume I can't access it. Yeah, wireless out of range. Why is this in here? Okay, now I can access this area. We're gonna leave. We are going to... I did not mean to throw my dislocator. Okay. Advanced dislocator. I do need an egg. A chicken egg. Okay, might need ender chicken egg. I will need... They are upgrades? No, they're add-ons. Okay. I have enough of these. I need 4 of these. I need 4 of each of them. So I need 4 of these. 4 of these. 1 and 3 more. And the reason for that is so that the laser can be as fast as possible. I also need those ender tanks I started. Okay. And then I need dye. We're going to do 3 black. We're actually going to do black, gray, black. And then I need a fluid drawer. I also need 4 netherite upgrades. And I need external storage bus. Yeah, this guy. Okay. So, to start off with, I need this drawer unlocked with the 4 upgrades, 1 of these ender tanks, and a fluid pipe. Right in it, like so. So, I'm gonna need this set up right here. So this is gonna be right here when I'm done with it. So, wow, the latex is already full. 384 buckets of latex. That's a lot of latex. The ender has millions of space, so that's okay. Okay. Also, this has millions of space. This can store... I don't know. Does this one have 4 in it? No, it's got 1 of each. I think ender has 4 in it. Yeah, so it can store 2.1 million buckets. Okay. So, the way that we want to do this... I'm going to go ahead and get it set up identical, pretty much, to the Wither. But we are going to do it out of regular glass instead. Unless I can find a fancy glass. Actually, can I chip it in a workbench? Do I have that workbench? No, I think I need glass blowers. I can do it in any. Great. I want a fancy glass. Small diamond glass. Ornate leaded glass. Oak horizontal, oak diamond, oak bordered. Vertical, oak ornate. Let's do this one. I also need more glass than that. So, we're going to build a box. And it was at this moment that everything decided to break. So, there is a small cut, and we jump right back in the next time I streamed, after I fixed everything and took everything down. So, I repaired it, nothing's crashing anymore, it's not laggy, and my mic actually works on stream now. So I apparently for a while had been streaming with no mic. I don't know when that broke, but it's now fixed. So if you ever come to hang out in my stream, you can actually hear me talk and get to catch anything that doesn't get cut out. So anyway, here's the next part of the video, which came from the next stream. Thank you for watching. Last time, we kind of ended on nothing. It kind of broke on me. Everything broke. My Minecraft crashed, and I couldn't get it to come back up without crashing again. And then my recording software crashed twice while I was trying to boot everything back up. So I kind of gave up for the day, restarted my computer, did a disk deep clean, the whole 9 yards. So I've got it up and running. I had to change a few things around my base. One of the first changes is a major change. Something that has been around in the base for a very long time has been dismantled. There is no longer any generators down here. The steam generator, the bio generators, the magma boilers, they're all gone. The constant animations in the background were bogging down my Minecraft by quite a bit. I just didn't realize, because I had so much RAM allocated to my Minecraft, but I had too much RAM allocated, and it was actually starting to bog it down. And in addition to that was a bunch of the cloches. So I took 74 of the cloches down. Because I didn't, like, necessarily super need them. Apparently there's no water running through to these. Whoops, I broke that. Let me re-hook up these fluid pipes. There we go. Now these are all up and running. But I had a stockpile until half of my cloches stopped working. That's my bad. So I did have to take those down as well, because those are also constantly animating. As you can see, they're constantly growing the grass, and that though the combination of those things was just too much for my Minecraft and my computer to handle. There are a few of them still up and running. I have 5 of them down here. Just these 5 right here, and that is to help keep everything up and running. This one is at always 0 for some reason. But I also had to put in a second reactor. This one's just spirited instead of nitro. Didn't want to waste too many materials. But yeah, just the one reactor without the aid of the like 700 biogenerators was not cutting it. Which was weird, but like fine, I guess. So I put these 5 down, and the mechanism one. The mechanism one does basically nothing for me. Yeah, it's 280 FE per tick, but it's basically this thing helps power just my ME system, and that's it. I don't really need it here, and I can probably get rid of it and won't change anything. But it's a single block. Figure there's no harm in just having it set up. So this is all working. I still can't get any fluid coolant in here. I don't know why. I might have to research that. But yeah, those are the 2 major changes I made so that I can make this all work. And the thing that was crashing it was the compact machine. So the compact machine, for some reason, the actual space within it was buggy. And I had to destroy it. It's actually still in my system. Oh no, it's not. I threw it in some lava. Because even after I destroyed everything, I got everything up and running, if I right-clicked that compact machine, my whole game bricks and just shuts down. It crashes, and I can't access it. This one isn't much better, but luckily it doesn't crash when I right-click it. It didn't. Hopefully it doesn't now. I'm not 100% confident. Let me close that, just in case. But I went ahead and it crashed twice while I was doing it, but I finished setting up what we wanted to set up last time. Because I didn't want to deal with the constant crashes. I have not checked off the achievement. I just set it up. So I got the chicken in there. It's being lasered. I'm getting molten chaos. That is all that I did. Everything else is exactly the same. I get 1 millibucket every couple seconds. So this is not all that I did. I did do a little setup down here. You might have seen it when I was talking about the reactors. But I have a foundry. And this foundry is currently set up to run off of power instead of lava, which is much easier for me to produce. And it has a pattern provider, which is actually putting against one of these blocks, these foundry drains. And it has the crafting pattern for the tiny chaos fragments. 0.1 buckets, which is 100 millibuckets, turns into 1 tiny chaos fragment. And this is a tap set up with a lever to be constantly trying to pour, whether there's something in there or not, onto a nugget cast. And the nugget cast is being pulled out via a hopper, which will only pull once this crafting is complete. into my ender chest, which is then putting it into my system, completing the autocraft. I did test it with an old setup. This is my newest setup, and I did make 2. But to show you, we're going to make 1. We'll hit start. It will export it. It pours it. Auto crafting complete for a tiny chaos fragment. Let's have it craft 10. Whoop. We're missing a little bit. Let's have it craft 9 so that we can see this process. It pours it, it turns into the tiny chaos fragment, gets pulled into the system through the hopper. It sits in here for but a second or two, less than usually, and then it is put into my system. And that is the entire auto crafting process for the tiny chaos fragments. And you can see that I have large chaos fragments and small chaos fragments set to auto craft as well, so I can just click it, hit next, it'll turn 9 into 1. And then we have small chaos fragments. I need a lot of these. Specifically, I need 2 to make the awakened draconium chicken. And then I need... I do want to level this up to chaotic, but I need a lot more than I have for that. And then I need large chaos fragments in order to make the chaos chicken, which means I won't need this setup anymore. But for now, I do need it. It's extremely, extremely slow, but it is all I can really do right now. And if I ever want to go to the Draconic Evolution Reactor, this is the way that I'll have to do it, with the Chaos Shards. I need large Chaos Fragments and a full Chaos Shard. 1 large Chaos Fragment is 81 tiny shards. So that's gonna take a minute. But I do have the small Chaos Fragments, and let's complete the quest by holding tiny Chaos Fragments in my inventory. We complete this quest, which gives us 50, and then this one, to craft a small Chaos Fragment. Now we need to go down this line, which I have not practiced, because I need to figure out some way of making a particle accelerator work. I've never been able to get them to work. That was in a different mod pack, so maybe it works easier in this one. But I don't think so. I think it is exactly the same. But maybe Oritech will tell me otherwise. They're quite complex. To create new items with this machine, you will need to collide items from 2 separate controllers. The accelerator magnetic field can be placed into the middle of the ring and linked to a particle accelerator to increase the amount of speed the ring can handle. You will need an advanced target designator to link to your accelerator. Okay. Then we need the accelerator setup, accelerator design, and sensor, and the wiki for this. So we can try to do that today. But I'm not entirely certain if that is the route we want to go down right now. Let me up. The Wither is still trapped, so that's still all good. I was thinking that today we can continue this quest line. I thought there was more to this side of the quest line, but I guess not. It says that it needs antimatter. I don't want to do this. Antimatter sucks. And if any of you watched my last pack, you know how that went down. I irradiated my world twice. So I just can't keep a reactor running for some reason. But it says you'll need half the antimatter. neutron activator. It turns 10 millibuckets of nuclear waste into 2 polonium. But it needs to be at greater than 420 Celsius, it needs to have a neutron pile, it needs to have a full setup. Nuclear waste, the only way to get is from a fission reactor. So I need a fissile fuel setup. I need so much water. Water is better because it actually has less. Yeah. So I'll have to set up a reactor between episodes. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to set this up right now. That's a little complicated. I will research how to do particle acceleration. I will look into how to do the neutron activator and how to do antimatter. Because I need to make a black hole, which is a particle collision of small chaos fragment and antimatter pellet. And then I need to make a void container and a dark matter block. The void container requires the black hole and dark matter blocks. That's all relatively easy. And a dark matter block, that's extremely easy. So, there's that. Or we can focus on this quest line right here. This requires another dragon heart, which I can do. It's not complicated. It does require me to have another life stone. This thing is just, it's not hard to craft, it's just frustrating. So we can get the 12 draconic fusion crafting injectors. While we wait around for to be able to craft this, I need 2 small chaos fragments, and I have 1. So that's gonna take a minute. It's gonna take a long time. I was AFK for 2 hours, an hour and a half, something like that, and I went from like 400 millibuckets to 1 bucket. So that's like roughly 1 millibucket a minute, but I can't go in and speed it up because if I am in this compact machine while it is active on the chicken in there, the chicken takes damage, which means that eventually I won't have a chicken to use in this crafting recipe anyway. Which is extremely unhelpful. And I could set it up again, but I don't really want to go about doing that. It crashes my game, and it's just frustrating. So this will just have to wait. I could set up a second one, like a second ender chicken being drained if I really, really need to make it 2 millibuckets every minute. But let's go ahead and craft the life stone. It requires the soul stone and the body stone. The soul stone, easy. Not hard at all. I just go click. It will craft everything for me, and then boom, I have a soul stone. Not hard. Body stone, a little harder, because I have to cook it. I need a blank slate. So that will be created for me. I need bacon. I don't have any. And I need a burger. Do you have a burger? Okay. I need a piece of red matter. Okay, I have one of those. And then I need this blank slate, and then I need some bacon, which means I actually need to go down here to see if there are any mobs that have spawned, so that I can execute them. Cool, there have. That's not enough. I need one more. That'll do. That'll do. That is exactly enough, because 1 piece of raw pork turns into 2 pieces of bacon, and I need 4 pieces of bacon. Why is this slate taking forever? Is something wrong at my world engine? No, nothing's wrong at my world engine. What? Where's the holdup? I didn't break anything else. Deep slate is the issue? Do I not have any deep slate? I have 2. It's crafting the magma lith, which should be functioning just fine, but I guess we can go double check. I didn't mess with you. Why are you causing a fuss? Okay, I guess let me go cancel this and try again. I swear, whenever I fix one thing, another thing breaks. Cancel. Okay. Why is this not working? There are 2 items that I have this craft for me, and that is it. What is your problem? I have you craft a magma lith and a tesseract, and that's it. That's all I ask. The only patterns that are in it, too. I guess let me specify this import bus will only pull a magma lith and a tesseract. Is that the issue? Okay, give me 1 magma lith. Okay, now it's going. What was the problem with the slate, then? Craft me a slate. Okay, I don't know what AE2's problem with me is, but it keeps having issues like that. I need my iron knife. I need my blank slate. Okay, in the furnace, we will throw the raw bacon. And then I need the cooked bacon. And then we will jump downstairs, where I have this little cooking pot set up. 4 pieces of bacon, a piece of red matter, and a hamburger, and a blank slate. Okay, and now we have the body stone. Now we can craft these together, get the life stone, and request a heart. Because I believe... yeah, I have the 4 awakened draconium necessary to make an awakened draconium. Chicken. I almost said dragon, but that's not right. So now I need to turn this into 4 more. Not recipes, uses. So I need just 6 draconium cores and 4 of these. I think I can do that. Six cores and 4 blocks. Do this, grab the 6 and the 4. And we'll go up to the fusion injection crafter. I also opened this way up because I was tired of having to run around corners. This just seemed more logical. This is still a mess. I'm working on that very slowly. So we'll throw these on here, including the dragon heart, and we'll craft. And then I'll have to turn these 4 wyvern cores into draconic fusion crafting injectors, so that we can complete the quest. Look at that. Woo. Let me grab the wyvern ones. And then we'll go craft these. I was hoping that setup would work, but apparently it won't. Oh, hold on, this is going to be wrong. Not those 4, but these 4. I have to specify it's the 4 that I have in my inventory, otherwise it just doesn't function. We don't need this or this again, so just that. Okay. Into the system we'll go those, and I need 4 draconic infusion crafters. That'll take it a second, so let's go grab the other 8. I'm too fast. There we go. Let's break these and these. And then we can run back over to the crafter, and it should be done. Yep. 12 draconium infusions. Gives me 75 bucks. And now we just need 32 energy core stabilizers, 786 draconium blocks, and 378 awakened draconium blocks. That is going to take a hot minute. So, yeah. Let us see how far off from 786 draconium blocks we are. $786. We have enough for that. Surprisingly, we have enough for that. So let me craft that before we don't have enough for that. I don't know if I can hold it all in my inventory. There we go. I was. Fantastic. Yeah, that's surprising, but cool. Let's throw that in this chest, where I keep stuff that I don't want to accidentally throw away. Now we just need crafting, no, stabilizers. Yeah, I need 32 of these, which we can also craft. This will also go in here. So we just need the draconium, the awakened draconium. $378 blocks. Yeah, that's gonna take a minute. Awakened draconium chicken. He gets 1 awakened draconium ingot, but he would be powered all the time. How close are we? I need 6 more tiny chaos fragments. That's 0.6 molten chaos. Okay, that will just have to be running in the background then. There's no way for me to speed that up. More than I already have. The machines inside the tiny machine tiny machine, compact machine, all have their max amount of upgrades in them. So there really is no way for me to speed that up more than it already is. I did also finally set up the oil fluid cow to actually be sending to a fluid drawer. That way, once we have a bunch of oil saved up, we can start actually doing stuff with it and turn it into fuel for a other type of generator. This one, the fuel generator. It's fairly simple to craft. It just requires like 17 machine cores. It only produces 8,192 RF per tick, but we can burn oil in it for 20 ticks. We can refine this oil into like biodiesel or turbo fuel, but just the regular oil, 1 bucket of it will keep it running for 200 ticks. And if I have a constant supply of it from a cow, then it's just ready to go. It will not be better than my reactors that are already down there, but it is a decent alternative if we wanted to get into it. We can also turn our generation of fissile fuel turning into nuclear waste into power with a turbine. I might look into that. I've never built a turbine. I mostly just trash the output so that it doesn't build up and cause my machine to explode. But it might be good to have the turbine running. Okay. This draconic fusion injector will have to move because it can be piped into by these pipes. So I do not want that to happen. We'll go over here. Okay, so we're very, very close to the end game from my perspective. This quest line is going to take forever. Like, seriously. I have to start getting neutronium, which I get from the neutron collector. The neutron collector, I need to get the small plutonium pellets, which I get from plutonium pellets, which I get from assembling plutonium dust, which I get from particle collision of uranium dust and fluxite. I can't figure out how to get uraninite crystals. These crystals here do not seem to be craftable. There's a uranium resource node, which does something, but it doesn't really tell me. But it'll be okay. So yeah, we need to get into particle acceleration, which is would be a miracle if I could figure it out. But we can get into the crafting of the particle accelerator. That is something that we can take care of, because it's not complicated. The only part we're missing is really the flux gates. Let us set up an autocraft for the particle accelerator, just so that it's easier. Okay, this pattern, I guess. Oh, crap. Okay, so I need an advanced battery and 2 reinforced carbon sheets. None of this I can set up to autocraft. That's fun. But, well, I can set up these 2 pieces. So I need carbon. I need 2 of these. Oh, I need molten carbon, that's right. Give me a stack of carbon fiber strands. We'll melt that into some carbon. And I just need a tank. This will do fine. Should be almost done. As long as it's less than 8,000 millibuckets. Yep. Okay. Molten carbon. I need 2 of these, please. And it'll do it. Actually, while we're here, I'm going to empty these tanks. I have so many tanks that have fluid in them, and a way to get fluid out of tanks that I've set up forever ago. I say forever ago, it was like between last episode and the episode before, so wasn't forever ago. Or I guess not even between last episode, because this is a continuation of last episode, so yeah. It's a bunch of Fortron, which I have a tank for, so that'll just go right back there. I have 805 buckets of Fortron. Okay. Now, I need this particle accelerator. It needs 2 flux gates, but I also need a particle accelerator linear motor. This thing needs a superconductor, which I craft in here with another flux gate. So I need 3 flux gates. And this needs another one, so I need 4 flux gates. So I need fluxite. Nope, more than that. I need 8 fluxite. I need platinum. And then I need processing units. So processing units are carbon fiber strands, electrum, redstone, and plastic. If I remember correctly. That could be wrong. Let me double check. I am remembering right. Hot damn, I'm good. I am never going to say that again. So those 4 in there. That'll produce the chips we need, and then they'll go right there, and that will create the flux gates. Not overly complicated. We've done it before, on stream, off stream, all that. That should be all of those we need, and I believe we will have everything we need. So for this, I need an electrum, an energite, and a dubious container. So let's grab that. Piece of electrum. Electrite. Energite, not electrite. Energite and a dubious container. That will craft. Okay. 1 flux gate and all of these. That is for the superconductor. And then for the ion thruster, I need those 2 reinforced carbon sheets and the advanced battery. Let's grab an advanced battery. That'll craft up in an instant. Advanced battery and the 2 carbon sheets. Okay. Carbon, battery, flux gate. And then we can craft this part and get this done. And that is only that is 1. I need a second one of these. But the quest currently just requires 1. So we're just going with 1. Particle accelerator. That crafts up. We have a particle accelerator. That is 1. We need 2. And now it wants us to make the plutonium dust and the small polonium pellet. Or small plutonium pellet. That's not going to happen. I also need a massive space, so we'll have to mine that out. But we can actually hop down to Oritech and start doing this quest line for the particle accelerator. So we will grab an accelerator magnetic field. We just need another super AI chip. How hard could that be? We did it before. Let's grab an accelerator magnetic field. We'll control-click to craft those. And then we just need a super AI chip again. So we need 2 advanced computing engines and a draconium ingot. Okay, so I just need 2 quantum processors. That I can do, no problem. Nope, I'm missing quantum-infused dust. Right, because I haven't made this yet. Hold on. Shattered Singularity, get me 2 of those. And that goes in my crusher. Okay. Hopefully, before my stream on Wednesday next week, I will have auto crafting set up for a crusher. Now I can make 2 quantum processors. Okay, there we go. 2 quantum processors. I need plastic. Two pieces of plastic. Right? 1, 2, because this doesn't need any. Yeah. 2 pieces of plastic, 2 pieces of redstone, 2 pieces of electrum, and 2 carbon sheets. Technically I need 4 carbon sheets. For now we will get these crafting up. This. And then we will grab silicon. I need 4. Okay, and then we run over here, and we do the atomic forge. We make the silicon. That's done. Silicon goes up here. Processing unit goes down here. Quantum processor goes down here. Then super AI requires draconium, which I should still have some. Fantastic. Draconium and advanced computing engines. And this one is the one that takes a second. But after that, that should be the last piece to craft this accelerator magnetic field. Assist particles in tight turns by providing magnetic guidance. This thing was not in the last pack. There's no way in hell that this was in the last pack. I need an advanced target designator. Advanced target designator. Oh, that is easy as hell. Boom, advanced target designator. Done. If this is the one piece that makes this function, I'm gonna kinda be pissed. Because I tried again and again and again last series to get this thing to work, and it just refused. Magnetic field generator. Okay. We did that. I need another particle accelerator linear motor. I need a few of these. When particles of different items collide, they can create new items. Their particle starts from the particle accelerator block, where you can insert any item to be used as a particle. A straight guide ring needs to be placed right behind the controller, facing to the side, with visuals aligning correctly. Once inserted, the particle travels along a route defined by the guide rings. They can be right-clicked to add a 45-degree turn on one side. Another guide ring needs to be in the particle's path as defined by your guide rings, depending on the speed. the allowed distance between guide ring increases. This means that at higher speeds, the distance between guide rings can be larger. Particle accelerators can be built in various ways. Hold on, let's flag this. Depending on their goals. A straight line of linear motors can shoot particles at something, but higher speeds are more efficiently reached with a circular designs. Very large rings might be needed to reach certain elements. Slow particles require guide rings to be close together, so starting in a small ring and then using redstone to move to a larger ring often makes sense. Multiple ring stages might be necessary for some cases. They will be. When a redstone signal is applied to a non-straight guide ring, it becomes a switch block. When powered on, it leads particles straight. When powered off, it guides them into the original curved direction. A particle can also enter from the other direction, visualized by the smaller red glass tube, following the path of the white tube and entering from both the red and white tubes. At higher speeds, the particle can't take tight turns. If the last full 90-degree turn is too close, it exits the guided path and shoots out into the world. If the distance between guide rings is too big, or no next guide ring is found, it will also shoot out. A particle's speed can be measured with a particle accelerator sensor. A comparator can then provide a redstone signal based on the particle's speed. The following shows the required speed for each redstone level. 0, 10, 50, 75, 100, 150, 250, 500, so on and so forth. Okay. So I will have to research that off stream to see if I can get that to work, because that is going to take a minute. We'll just throw everything in here for now. Sorry, been a long day. I will need another ion thruster, so I need 2 more reinforced carbon sheets. And then I need another advanced battery. And then a flux gate that I just threw in. Okay. 2 more ion thrusters. That should work. Ion thrusters, particle accelerator, linear motor. That completes that quest. Particle accelerator guide ring. I can make 1, I think. Should be able to make 1. At least. Okay, I will need 2 because I need 1 for this craft to complete that quest line. Okay. We have done that. The fragment forge in advanced multi-block machines are mostly used to fragment and process ores, increasing the overall yield of ingot production. Most items affect the operation of the fragment forge. The machine yield out on will produce additional byproducts when installed in the fragment forge. Okay. I think that's the only remaining quest we have. If I just make a crusher or a pulverizer, that'll complete this whole quest line. And we'll get the big ol' loud noise. Pulverizer. Woo! We completed a quest line. Yay! Should we... It was at this time that I decided to take a pivot and stop doing the quests required for completion and start focusing on bosses and looting. I really wanted to avoid doing this whole particle accelerator thing on stream. So I just didn't. I spent about an hour killing bosses, doing little side quests. I upgraded my enchanting, of all things, but I decided to go ahead and cut all that out. It's just filler. If you want to see what does get cut out of the videos, you can watch me live at twitch.tv/Wyrmwrights. If you come hang out, leave a follow. You get notified whenever I stream. I stream Sundays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, but with the Christmas break coming up, I might stream a little more than that. If you do enjoy the videos, please leave a like and a subscribe down below, and maybe leave a comment of what mod pack I should play next. I get a feeling that we're coming up close to the end here, but I don't actually know where the end is. I haven't researched that. But thank you for watching. Bye.